Hey, Patty. Yes, it was a quick turnaround, wasn't it? So while everybody's hopping on, giving, oh gosh, I forgot her name already. I'm so horrible with names. Even when I do know them really well. Hey, Miss Tracy. How are you? Come on in, everybody. Let me know where you're from. I don't know if I like that. Hi, Lindsay Love. Welcome. My name is Jeanette. I'm from Our Backroom Creations. I don't know that I like that one. Good thing when we have options. Options. I think I like this better. From Canada, welcome. We love our Canadian friends. We love all our friends. So if you guys are on your camera, hey, Lori Jones. If you're on your phone, tilt me on your side. I do use webcam system, so it'll make things a little bit better. I'm not liking this one. It's gonna go away. Yeah. So I have a napkin here. I'm just gonna press it out real quick. I kind of put myself in a jam for tonight. I had to move my private group because of a grandchild's birthday party, and I did that without looking at my calendar. Bad me. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Rena. Welcome. Well, welcome, Rena. My name is Jeanette. I am from Ohio. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to turn you. I have another camera that I'm going to show you so you can see a little bit better about what I'm doing. There we go. So I have a napkin here. I was just ironing out the creases and a board I painted white like 5 minutes ago. So right now what I'm going to do is I just want to trace my pumpkin. I'm not going to split the layers yet. This is just a piece of foam board like you can get from Walmart or Dollar Tree, or I get it from a lot of different places. We're just going to trace this out. It's much easier. Hey, Pat Gilman, it's much easier to it while it's got all its plies before you cut everything else. So we made, hi Marie from Maryland, we made faux caramel apples in the group tonight. My first time ever. They didn't turn out too bad. They're still kind of wet. But there's my little caramel apples from tonight. Thought they turned out pretty good. So I'm just cutting this about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, a little bit bigger than my little foam cutout I made. I had that made for something else and then I ended up not using it, so it's fair game. So if you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling me out, we are streaming to YouTube as well. For our friends I have some friends that only like YouTube. And so I'm there too. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? All right. So we've got our pumpkin cut out a little bit. See if I can get this done with just my fingers. I can tell it. I think that's got another ply. I used to save all my plies for a lot of different things, and then I stopped because I was getting way too many. I need a piece of tape here. Oh, my dear, dear husband. He told me he took my tape dispenser and he didn't bring it back. I forgot to go get it. So we'll just open this up. He ran a heat tape when he was making one of the grandchildren a happy birthday shirt. So we're just going to fold some tape over on itself. Maybe. I tell you what, if everything is, ooh, there it goes. If anything's gone wrong today, it has. Well, not everything, but you know how it is. Everybody getting ready for fall and then Christmas. Halloween's not real big here. There we go. I knew I had another fly. Hi, Susan from Pennsylvania. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to decoupage our napkin onto our foam board. We're going to kind of build on our stuff. I'm sorry I keep popping on and off, but I didn't have everything over here. Ooh, gooey gooeys. Oh, I need something bigger. So this is foam board. And we're going to decoupage the napkin on the foam board and put the foam board on the board. Why? Because we can, and it's just going to make some extra depth to our stuff. I was going to make a wreath attachment, I think, out of this, and I just didn't do it. So I seen it, and I'm like, aha! We will just use that. So you can do the wet method or the dry method. We could have covered this in fabric. But I really liked, I haven't used very many of my napkins. And I wanted to do that. So I think we're going to do the dry method. The good old decoupage has not been nice to me lately when it's wet. So this won't take but a moment to dry. I hope everybody had a good Labor Day weekend. Just going to dry the Mod Podge. My husband used to laugh at me because I would say Mod Podge. Who says Mod Podge? I know I used to. So we've got the bumps in here and stuff, but the napkin I didn't. Oop. Brought me home one of the little scrapers. But when you use it, you don't want to use it very hard. And I'm okay with a little bit of wrinkles. Hi, Donna from Pennsylvania. Susan's from Pennsylvania. Donna's from Pennsylvania. Now you can't leave this iron on foam board. Hi, Mary Beth. Very long because it'll warp your foam board. But I wanted something dimensional tonight. I didn't want it to be flat. Okay. So I just kind of lightly, here we go again. I need my little gator sander. So it works on foam board just like it does on wood, glass. Hi, Busby. How you on. I told Floyd what you said about being shy. He got shy, camera shy. He just laughed. Now, I know it's hard to run a business, you know, at home, but it's really hard to run a business while you're working full time. So this just sands off the edges. Okay. Made a mess on our board there. I think that's the way it goes. Yeah. Except for I'm upside down. So what I'm going to do is I want to crackle. But I didn't want to crackle the whole board if I didn't have to. So I'm just going to put me a couple little marks because I'll put a trim around this to hide the edges of the foam board. So to hide that pencil mark. So now we know that we need to crackle everything else. I'm not going to do a heavy crackle tonight. It's really humid. I do want it to dry. Which one's my glue? That's my paint. I shouldn't have used the same brush, guys. So who had a cookout this weekend? I did not. That's okay. Almost put my decoupage down there, which is still okay. I, for some reason, just don't get very good results with the decoupage mediums or the Mod Podge. Now, if I crackle under that, it's no big deal. I just didn't want to crackle the whole thing if I didn't have to. I took my little pencil marks and made a little bit of blackness everywhere, but that's okay. Hamburgers and brats, yum. I did make hamburgers, but it was on the George Foreman, not on the grill. So we gotta get our, let's see. I think I want to do a little bit darker tonight. Normally I don't go real dark. This is fresh lint. What the heck is that? Tells me I haven't used my fresh linen for a while. I do have a couple holes up there. We'll make a hanger. I hope everybody's weather is coming down some. I know some is coming down, some is going back up. Some of the girls in my group I've got them from Oklahoma to Florida to Pennsylvania, and everything in between. Okay, let's dry that and see what we get. Howdy, howdy, Ricky. Melissa, you're so funny. I know I say some days it's really, really hot here, but it's not got as hot as some others. Maybe I didn't put my glue on thick enough. Either put it on too thick or not thick enough. Oh, there's some cracks. One of these days I'm going to design a box that you can just like slide your project into. And it'll have a heat lamp and a fan. So like we can just slide our project in there, turn it on, and we can continue to do something else. And then it's dry, we can remove it. So we're not getting as many crackles as I normally like, but we will just adapt. How are you and the missus, Mr. Ricky? If you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling me out, I would appreciate it. I knew it wasn't too awfully. Unplug this. I got too many things plugged in over here. There. I don't need the iron anymore. So we didn't get a whole lot of crackling. A little bit up here. We'll just have to make do. So here's our pumpkin. Ooh, what is that? Ooh, yuck. Ooh, ooh. Hate bugs. Thank you, Cynthia. This is the first time I've used this napkin. I had to open the package. Okay. Just thinking here. I know, right? Uh-oh. So I cut this piece of wood like this, and I had it, in fact, I think I crackled it last year. This is from Dollar Tree. You know, they got that paper, whatever they got on it. And I tore off the ugliness that they had. So let's put this on here first. Of course, I'm going to run out of glue already. It's called me Hot Mess Express. I only have little glue sticks left, which is a bummer. But we'll do. Okay. Let's hold that down for a minute. Now, normally, if I was making this, I would have spray coated this napkin so it would have a little bit of a protector on it. I'll spray coat the whole thing when I'm done. Okay. So let's see. Got some yarn and or some. Come on. There we go. Is that too big? Nope. Just right. Let's start up here. So maybe we can hide it. We're just gonna put glue down all the way around to hide the edge of that. I'd like to know how much glue I go through. I should start keeping track how many. I usually buy it by the 10-pound boxes. But I was almost out, so I just grabbed some at, I don't even remember where I got it from. I use the Adtech glue. Not everybody, a lot of people like the Gorilla Glue, which I used to use that, but that was when I was making wreaths all the time and I had some attachments fall out. So we don't want that. This is sisal rope from How Do I Not Burn My Finger? So I bought a 2-temp AdTech gun and I've got it on low. Hi, Monica. We're making a pumpkin hanger with some dimensions with different size pumpkins. How are you? Yeah, this glue right here is nothing like my Ryobi. So when it's on low, now when it's on high, it burns. But the low setting doesn't bother me a whole lot. That or my fingertips are getting so immune to the hot glue, which I hope that's not happening. This rope's really rough. I got it at Menards. Menards is like a Lowe's. It's local to central east of the United States. So this is just hiding the foam board edge so we don't see it. Teflon fingers. I have the little finger caught things that I use when I have the glue gun on hot. When I was making my eyeball attachments for wreath attachments, I was using it on hot. It comes out faster that way. What's that? Oh, I peeled a piece off. It'll be alright. I say that a lot. We'll just cover that right on up. Oh, I tore my napkin already. Oh, I must have grabbed it. We'll have to hide something over that. I'm ready for fall. Your back's been hurting. Oh, Monica, I'm getting old too. My back's always hurting. It's hurt more this week. At work, they wanted me to get some doors down. I'm like, no. My person I work with in my department's older than I am, and he's like, my back's hurting. I'm not getting them down. I'm like, I'm not getting them down either. So they just didn't get down that day. Yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. Okay. So let's cut our rope. I never make it through an activity. That's all right, because we're gonna, we're going to put that right over that. So we're gonna get some. I put it away, I get it back out. I put it away, I get it back out. Some Distress Oxide. Hi, Betty. Welcome. I was reading the other day, someone said to store your archival inks and your distressed inks pads upside down. So I started to. I don't know if it's made a difference or not. Just love that my email comes to my phone now. Not. I think I'm about turning it back off. Let's. Didn't bring up my grunge. Woo, time flies when you're having fun. Because it's flying fast. "45 minutes is just not a lot of time." So has anybody started on Christmas yet? I have not. We just went to the. Oh, Ricky, you gotta be careful with that Ryobi. It's like awful. I know you've seen me burn myself over the years. I love my Ryobi when I'm doing florals though, because the amount of glue that I need for projects like this. See, we're just gonna hide that spot that I. And we're gonna put this piece of wood I cut out. I think I cut it out last year and painted it, and it's just sitting on the shelf in the other room, in the painting room. We turned my son's room into a painting room. Just looking for where I put my stuff. You're not using it anymore. I don't use mine as often as I did. I've got scars. I've dropped glue on my feet, on my fingers. It's not fun. I cleaned up my room and then it just miraculously messes up. So we're gonna put a little bit of Spanish moss around our pumpkin here. So our big pumpkin in the background is a foam board that I cut out in the shape of a pumpkin. And I put on a napkin, decoupage napkin on it. I did use my my little iron, but you got to be careful because that foam board will warp. Oh, thank you, Patty. Just want a little stick. No, I need a bigger one there. There we go. Patty's on YouTube. I'm not talking to my imaginary friend. She's usually commenting. Thank you, Betty. She's usually commenting on my live before I even go live because how I set it up, she can do that. She's in my private group, so we just spent some time together a little bit ago. So here's our stick. I would have normally, because I'm running out of time. If this comes off, I'll put wood glue on it. Hopefully not. I love Spanish moss for hiding our little transition points and raffia, but they both make a mess, a complete mess. I did learn a little trick. Loosely rolling a little ball, it helps contain it a little bit, especially if you're putting it over zip ties or something in a wreath. That's why I normally do it. Hi, Heather. hot partier pumpkins early. They were very, very neat. Okay, he might get a little haircut. So we've got a foam napkin cupboard. We've got a Dollar Tree one that I sanded it and painted it. And then we've got a crackled just piece of wood that I cut out last year. So I have gotta put my lids on or else. No, that's not the lid for that. Oh, I switched my lids. I know, Patty. You gotta let me know you are front row and center. There we go. That's more like it. Can't put it in there yet. Okay, so here's what we got so far. Okay, so we got holes. I painted over them, but we'll poke them back out. So what I normally do is I put it through, take my new Cricut Tree and Things by Teresa. Well, welcome, Teresa. Is I just take my needle nose pliers. This is 16 gauge wire. So once I bend that, it is not going to come out. Thank you, Betty. If you guys don't get notifications when I go live, you know how to click those 3 buttons. We're going to get some beads. I have beads everywhere. This is just a board that I bought at I think I just bought this at one of the hardware stores. But now I just buy sheets of it at work. I work at Lowe's now. I just buy sheets and bring it home and cut it. Got paint on my fingers. Thank you, Patty. Okay, so I like to do a couple beads and then do the slide. And then I take a dowel rod. You can tell that I use that one a lot. And give it a little couple twist. And then we'll get some more. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. I think these square ones might have came from Dollar Tree. I don't always paint my beads. I like some of them natural. Might have cut it too short. Oh, I need to get a plaid one in there. Got the little plaid ones. I get beads from a lot of different places. I bought them from Temu, Amazon, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever I can. I started buying them all unfinished. It's a pain in the rear to paint your beads and get them really looking nice. Hi, Lori. First time watching. Thank you for stopping by. So now we're going to attach it on this side. I had already drilled my holes right before I went live. Hubby bought me my own drill, so I stopped stealing his. So you can put his mini curly cues in your hanger that you want. I was looking for a little bit thinner gauge, but this actually is electrical fence, like you put around animals. It comes with a little bit of oil on it, so I have to put a baby wipe on it to get it clean. Okay, so that's enough beads. So now we're going to make 11 minutes. We're gonna make I got so much stuff around. Oh, here we go. Because I'm a wreath maker, I have lots of ribbon. And I like bling. But we're just going to do a little bit of a messy bow. My desk is a mess. So a lot of times I cut and then I don't end up using them all. I don't do that so much anymore, but boy, that's a funky dovetail. There we go. So I can't throw all that ribbon away, so I have saved it. I can tell my husband did that one. He used to help me make wreaths because his little dovetails are a lot deeper than mine. It's not real important that they get the exact same length. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. Let's use, I like the burlap. Now my burlap, I don't dovetail, but I do take out a couple rows to make it look tattered. Like that. So my style is a little eclectic. I love glitter. I love farmhouse. I like a little primitive. The only primitive I don't like is like the odd shaped Santa Clauses and the odd shaped things. Patty's saying funky bows. We're going to make a tiny funky bow. Teeny tiny. No white. This is off color. This will do. I got this at Temu. It's good for little bows like this, or to glue around something. Patty knows we make funky bows a lot in group. I just can't make a whole wreath in a half an hour. Not a deca mesh wreath. I can do a floral wreath. So let's put that on the back. You know what? I don't want... So these have wire in them. And when I make these little bows like this, I normally don't keep the wire. But I use my little pinking wheel. So if you know what pinking shears are, they put little zigzags in your fabric. And they hurt your hand. They do. They really, really do. So I got this wheel, and it does a fabulous job. I have so much stuff on my counter right now. It's driving me nuts. When I make these little bows like this to put on hangings, I usually cut my wire out. Just because it gives it a little bit different look. There we go. So we'll use, you know what? I don't want that wide. We're just going to cut that in half. So yep, I dovetailed for no reason. It'll be okay. I want thinner strips tonight. Here we go. I've got some paper covered. I have wire and rope all over. It was a mesh roller that one of my girls bought me in my group. But since I don't make as many deco mesh wreaths anymore, I'm like, I still want to use it. So I have rope and wire and all kinds of things hanging on there. Twist it really, really tight. I got this one is it the old, what's that brand? Olfa. I got it at Joann Fabrics. So you have to buy the handle, and it comes with just a normal wheel on it, and then you have to buy these zigzag wheel separate. They have a couple different ones. One makes a deeper cut, and this one just is a little zigzag, if you can see that right there. If you do fabric, you know, any kind of things like this. Oh, I forgot to put this in here. I knew something was missing. We will just add that on the back. And here, hubby in the sign shop, aka bedroom down the hallway. I had a lady order a St. Patrick's Day sign today. We make sublimation signs to go on your wreaths, hang on your door, whatever you want to do with it. We're going to put a little bead right there. So we're going to 5 minutes. I'm doing good. See if I can get that in that hole. Because when you tie your bow around right here, it kind of flops and you have to, no, I have to, oh, wait a minute. It's taken off the paper, but that'll be okay. There we go. I'm just wrapping it around the back of the big wire. And we'll put a little spot of glue just to make sure that doesn't poke nobody or come undone. Yeah, I just got the pinking wheel just a few months ago, actually. And it has changed my life. It's a little long. I usually like to cut angles on things that I don't dovetail. Here we go. And then we're going to take a little, let's see here. If I'd have done this right, I'd have put my bead on there first. So I am not sure who the next creator is. I know who it is, but I just can't think of it. I usually have to write it down. If you're not a member of Craft Around the Clock, you need to be, because there's some awesome designers on there. We all have a different style. Some of us have the same, some of us have different. But here is what we made tonight. I have to get all my glue off. So we have just a board. I bought it at a craft store or a hardware store, lumber store. A foam napkin covered pumpkin, a Dollar Tree refab pumpkin, and one I cut out with wood. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, everybody. So if you do like what I do or like my personality, please come back and see me. Thank you, Mary. So it just gives it layers and dimension. It's just not flat. So make sure you're running, get a drink, and go to the restroom if you have to. Make sure you come back to Craft Around the Clock. If you're not on Craft Around the Clock, just refresh it, go back, and you'll see the next creator. When I see it, I'll know who it is, and I'll just shake my head and go, oh, why didn't you remember? But you know, sometimes we just don't remember. But thank you so much for coming, and I'll catch you guys later. Happy crafting.